There was a time in my life where I felt completely lost. And I don't say this lightly. I mean the kind of lost where you're still functioning. You're running your businesses, you're showing up for your kids, and you're pretending like everything's still okay, everything's fine. But inside, I felt like the shell of a man that I used to be. I'd built a life that most people would consider successful. I owned 3 companies. I made well over 7 figures. I had the house, the cars, the lifestyle, but none of it really mattered when I felt completely disconnected in the one place that I thought should have brought me the most amount of peace. And that was my relationship. Jade and I were in this spiral. This was the kind of spiral that didn't happen overnight. It slowly creeps in. One unresolved argument, one silent dinner, one night where you guys are sleeping back to back, hoping that tomorrow's going to be different. But deep down, you know that it won't. We weren't yelling anymore. We weren't even really talking. We were just coexisting, or managing schedules, co-parenting our children, pretending like everything's okay, keeping that facade of that perfect couple. And I kept thinking that I'm doing everything I can. Why do I still feel invisible? She doesn't see me. She doesn't appreciate me. And there was a sense of failure that had haunted me. Like, no matter how much I give, no matter how much I do, it's never fucking enough. And maybe you felt that too. That quiet, gnawing feeling that you're losing her, that you're losing yourself. I tried everything. At the time, what I thought was everything. I was reading books, trying to get advice from my family and friends, doing everything that she had asked for. But nothing really changed. And I didn't realize until much later. I'd tried becoming the man that she had wanted. And that made me lose who I was. And then it happened. She actually left, man. She packed her bags and she moved out. And even though things had been bad for a while, I'm talking like 2, 3 years, it's almost like it became our norm. It hit me like a ton of bricks because deep down, I never thought that she would actually pack her bags and go. And at that point, I knew that this is not something I can do alone. So I reached out for help, not just to one coach. I had 3 separate coaches. I knew that I was capable. I'd been successful in every other area of life. And it was the fear of failure that was driving me. But to the core, this wasn't just about me saving our relationship. It felt like I had lost myself. It felt like I was nothing without her. Like the image that I had built of this perfect couple, of the perfect life, it completely shattered. And it questioned like what was left, like who am I without the relationship, without the house, without the lifestyle, without the business? Because if she leaves, then all of these things are gone as well. She's going to take half. She's going to take the house. She's going to take the business. And I realized that I'd worn so many different masks. There was a different mask of me as a businessman, a different mask as me as a son to my parents, a different mask of me as the father to my children, as the husband. And when all of those roles felt like that they were slipping away, that they're going to go, it forced me to ask the one question that really changed everything. Without all these things, who am I? And that's when my journey began. I quite literally sold everything, sold the cars, sold the house, sold everything. And I walked away from the businesses. I moved up here to the Gold Coast with nothing but a blank canvas, a fresh start. And I committed myself to becoming the man that I was always meant to be. I studied relationships. I studied psychology, masculine polarity, emotional regulation. I became a certified pro coach. And I started working one-on-one with men just like you. Men who were silently carrying the pressure, the shame, and the fear that they're going to lose everything. And in this phase of my coaching career, what I discovered was that most men don't need just advice. What they need is a brotherhood. They need a space where they can drop their masks and be seen for who they really are, and be around other men that are going through the exact same things that they're going through. So that's why I created this cool community. The Apex Man is not just information. This is for transformation. It's a space to rebuild the man, not just the marriage. Because I really believe, and I've lived this, that it only takes one person to change the relationship. And if it's the man, it makes it even more powerful. It makes it easier, right? You can't beg her to change. But when you shift the energy, you change the way you lead, you change the way you show up. It changes that emotional environment. And when you guys are in a different environment, she too will respond differently. Now, man, I'm not perfect, but I am a living product of my product. And this work has saved my connection with Jade. It's transformed my confidence, my purpose, and how I show up in every part of my life. And it's also helped hundreds of other guys in the exact same situation as you. So if you are here, trust that you've been led here for a reason, right? Watch the videos, join the weekly calls, ask questions, engage within the brotherhood, right? Let's lift all these other men up. And most of all, commit to you, not for her, not for the image, but for yourself. Because when you change you, you change everything. So I'd like to welcome you to the Apex Man. My name is Irfan, and it is a privilege for me to be here to serve you, to walk on this journey beside you, and not just for yourself, but let's help other men rise together.